morning. It is Monday. It's September 9th, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Happy Monday.
Happy New Week to you there. This is WGTV Today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, boy, here we are. Brand new week.
Yes. Happy past holiday.
Yeah, happy all that stuff, yeah. Well, let's see here. All right, Monday morning. Oh, boy, we got a great show today.
We certainly do.
Who's on today's program?
Well, we have Scott Gibson. He's with Wayne Memorial Hospital.
Yeah, Scott's a great guy.
And then we also have a new little segment called Ask a Senior.
Ask a Senior.
Yes, and these are seniors out at, of course,
the Senior Center.
Yes, of course, our Senior Center out on Ash Street.
You don't know anything about the Senior Center because you're not a senior, see?
Go figure.
I've been one a long time.
Have you?
Yeah, a long time.
But we're asking questions to the seniors, and then they are together answering these. They're very interesting. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
But we're excited to have that.
I know that, and it was a lot of fun doing this, and the seniors seemed to enjoy it too.
Oh, I bet they did.
Oh, yeah, they did. Well, let's see. Let's look first of all. We'll tackle birthdays to start. Having a birthday today, funny man Adam Sandler is having a birthday. He is 46. He's a comedic actor, or claims to be. He's a screenwriter.
Come on, Wayne.
Oh, come on, Wayne. Screenwriter, producer, comedian whose films have grossed over $2 billion at the box office. I guess he's doing pretty well for himself.
You think?
Hunter Hayes is a country music singer, a musician, songwriter.
Little young guy.
Yeah, Hunter Hayes. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I know him. He's a little young guy.
You look, that's him. He's only 21 today, which means yesterday he was 20. Go figure. Anyway, Somebody's Heartbreak is his biggest hit. He also had a hit called Wanted. Those came out in 2011. One of my favorite singers.
Yes.
Michael Bublé.
He just had, his wife and him just had a little baby.
How about that?
Happy birth.
Yeah. Happy what?
Birth.
Yeah, happy birth. Yeah, Michael Bublé.
He is fantastic. I saw him live in concert in Raleigh, and oh, he's amazing.
He is amazing. He is 37 today.
Young pup.
37 years today. And last time I rode in Donald's car, he had a CD.
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé CD on the CD player there. Anyway, that's he's 37 today. Also a birthday today for actor Hugh Grant. He's 52, romantic English actor who starred with Julia Roberts in Notting Hill. Angela Cartwright. You ever see the TV show Lost in Space?
Probably.
Yeah, with Guy Williams and June Lockhart. Lost in Space, and Billy Mumy. Lost in Space. The little girl was about that tall.
Of course she was.
Was Angela Cartwright. She's 60 today. Can you believe that? My goodness. She was also in Sound of Music. Okay, birthday today for Henry Thomas. E.T. Phone Home.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah. The little boy's name was Henry Thomas. He and his brother have been actors ever since they were about that tall. And Henry is 41 today.
Wow.
Can you believe that? A little kid in E.T.
How did he grow up so quickly?
I don't know. I think he skipped like 30 years.
Where did time go?
Yeah, he went from 29 to 40.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, he's having a birthday, 41. Rachel Hunter, the lovely lady, 43 today.
Yes.
She appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated and is a judge on New Zealand's Got Talent.
That's right.
All right.
Those are all over the world.
Love New Zealand. I do. Joe Theismann having a birthday today, the football star quarterback for the Redskins.
How old is he?
He's 90.
Yeah, right.
He's 63 years today.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
happy birthday.
Yeah, happy, and all that. There you go.
That's right.
All right. Today is the 9th of September, and it is Wonderful Weirdos Day.
Really? Well, we'll just leave that alone.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave that alone. It's also National Boss Employee Exchange Day. Now, what you exchange, I have no idea.
Me.
All right, yeah.
Happy day.
You got 2 10s for a 5? Here you go.
Is that the exchange?
That's the exchange, yes. There you go.
Oh, goodness. Well, you know, the Paramount Theater is doing a tremendous amount of movies now. Movies on the big screen.
I know, yeah.
Well, I just recently went to see African Queen.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
I had never seen it before.
I love Bogart. Katharine Hepburn is one of my favorites.
Well, you know, and I love old movies, but I had never seen this particular one. And it was interesting to see the way the movies are made and how they're so different. You know, they're in a boat, they're in the ocean, and it's very interesting. Well, in water, river, and you got to correct.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding, because I couldn't remember where they were. But it was so funny to see how they're in. It really looks like nowadays they're in a little tiny boat in a bathtub, and they've just got the water moving.
Yeah. That's how,
things have really changed.
Things have changed
but
a lot.
But it was a great movie, about 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And to see it on a big screen at the Paramount is awesome.
Wow.
And they'll have 3 or 4 more this year. So It's a Wonderful Life and several other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so check the Paramount's website and find out when they are. They have popcorn, drinks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really neat.
That is great.
Yeah.
I love The African Queen. The movie is just fantastic.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I think it's time, Wayne, to go on to our first segment.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It is.
Well, let's just do that then.
That's right. So
All right.
stay with us. Good morning and welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Kim Best, your host. Joining me today is Scott Gibson. He's the Director of Physical Therapy at Orthopedic Physical Therapy here in Goldsboro. It is also an affiliate of Wayne Memorial Hospital. Let's find out what Scott's going to talk to us about today. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come here. I want to speak with you guys today about trigger point dry needling, which is a
trigger point dry needling.
Right. That's a newer procedure that we're starting to use now at Orthopedic Physical Therapy to help treat myofascial pain patients.
Okay, now to those of us who have no idea what that means, give us a brief overview of what you just said.
Okay. Myofascial pain, just really, if you break that down, myo refers to the muscle, fascia is just connective tissue. So if you ever you have any type of pain or trauma to the muscle area, sometimes you can get what are called trigger points, which are little top bands of muscle tissue within that muscle. That can cause referred pain to other areas of the body, which can become very debilitating. So by using the needle itself, that can actually help to release those trigger points and allow for relaxation of the muscles and reduce a lot of your pain and allow for better function.
So you're saying you're using the needles very much like an acupuncture type needle?
It is an acupuncture type needle, but this is not acupuncture. This is called trigger point dry needling. Acupuncture itself is really based upon the Oriental or Chinese methodology of medicine, whereas the trigger point dry needling was actually developed by a physician, a medical doctor, Janet Travell, up in the New York, Boston area. She was actually the primary physician for JFK many years ago, and she and some of her associates developed these techniques with the trigger points to alleviate a lot of the muscle pain. So
it's very different, obviously, than acupuncture. Now, when you're treating someone and you're using this type of method, what are my expectations? Say I come in for a treatment today, and I have this done for the pain that I'm feeling in my body. What will I feel immediately afterwards, or what should I feel? Yeah,
well, I will go through my initial evaluation of you as a physical therapist. I would palpate or press in the areas of the muscle where you're having your pain to see if I can feel any of those little nodular top bands of muscle tissue. Once we go through the evaluation, I would take one of the needles and I would actually insert it down into that top band of muscle tissue. You may not even feel the needle going in, but what you may feel is a little bit of discomfort or cramping once we actually get into the muscle tissue itself.
What is that doing?
What it's doing is actually helping the trigger point to relax. And once we get that relaxation, a lot of the referred pain that you have should be eliminated. The other thing that we see almost immediately right after is an increase in your range of motion as well as pain reduction with that. It's not unusual to have some bruising or a little bit of hematoma or a little bit of bleeding afterwards, but that's all normal to have that afterwards. The other thing you should expect to feel maybe 24 hours or so afterwards is a lot of fatigue, like you had a good workout, but that's all normal, and then that should resolve itself and you should feel much better afterwards.
So about a 24-hour span, that long?
Yes, if so. Some people have had immediate results right after the treatment.
Wow. That sounds fantastic, and you're offering that right here in your office.
We're offering that now, and what's nice about this is that if we can get the trigger points to relax, it's going to allow us to progress forward much sooner with some of our other therapeutic interventions, some of the flexibility, the strengthening exercises.
Well, is this particular procedure being used all across North Carolina?
This particular procedure is being used all across the world right now, but it's just recently being utilized here in the United States. North Carolina just allowed for physical therapists to be able to utilize this technique about a year ago in June. And you have to go through very specific training for this. You have to have at least 54 hours of training through a board-approved group or provider for that.
Who was using it before physical therapists started using it? Physicians themselves?
Physicians were using them a lot, yes.
Wow, that's interesting. The length of the process, tell me more about that.
It really depends on how many trigger points I find. I'll give you an example. If we have a patient who has plantar fasciitis, pain down in the foot, in the arch of the foot, the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius, the soleus muscles, the tibialis posterior muscles, all refer pain down in that area. So if we can find the trigger points down in those areas and get those to relax, that'll give some immediate relief for the pain that those patients are feeling in several instances with that. So it really depends on how many points there are. But what I would do is insert the needle, and I would actually go ahead and start probing around in the area to find that trigger point. I may feel a little bit of tension from the tissue itself. That means I'm in the right area. And then we let that tissue go ahead and relax. What we're looking for is what's called a local twitch response, where the muscles will contract and then they'll relax, giving us the results we want.
So this whole process could be any length of time, depending on, like you said, how many different trigger points you have that you find in each patient. Of course, every patient is different and has a different situation. Right,
but typically it's very, very quick. Maybe 2-3 minutes to 5 to 10 minutes or so. So
really?
Very
that
quick.
Quickly? My goodness. Yep. And that is being offered right now in your office.
That's correct.
So if a person here in the community hears about this particular procedure and wants to come and take advantage of it, or just find out more about it, what would be the best step they should take? If
they want to find out more information about it, just to give me a call. Again, Scott Gibson's my name. My number at our office is 919-736-2157. Extension 2, that's in our physical therapy department.
Okay.
I'll be more than happy to talk with them. If they want to be treated with that, they will need to go to their doctor, whether it's a primary care doctor or one of their other physicians, to get a referral for us just for physical therapy. And we'd be happy to go ahead and take a look at that and evaluate them for trigger points and go from there.
So do you think this is a treatment that will be utilized going forward?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I'm not the only clinician who's utilizing this technique here in Wayne County. There are some other physical therapists who have been trained also to do this. I think you're going to be seeing this becoming more and more standard care for our myofascial patients.
Why do you think that is?
Because of the immediate results that we're getting and the efficiency and effectiveness of the treatment.
Interesting. So the only thing the patient should really expect is to feel a little minor fatigue, a little bit of bruising. Anything else?
Those are the primary things that they're going to feel. They may feel what's called a little zinger, or if they feel like some pain shooting down to the referred area from that trigger point. I'll give you another example. Up in the trapezius muscle up in your neck, sometimes that can cause a lot of headaches. The referred pattern is over on the side of the head, right over here. So they may feel a little bit of shooting pain actually going up in this side of their head when I'm actually doing the trigger point release on that side, or the dry needling on that side.
And you'll tell us that before you treat us, right?
Yes, you would know that up front.
So we'd know all these little things that are going to be happening to us. You would pre-warn us.
Exactly.
So we'd know all the expectations.
Yep.
And that sounds like this is a treatment that is, like you said, it's just a quick time that you recover, but you get immediate results with very little pain.
Exactly.
And it sounds like obviously more and more people are going to start using it and accessing this particular kind of treatment.
Right, and that's really why I was excited about coming here, because the community needs to be aware of these new techniques that are occurring out here and the availability of them. Because again, no one wants to spend time with pain.
Exactly.
And sometimes the debilitation from pain can last a long time. And so if we can provide some type of intervention that's going to decrease that time frame, get people better, get them back to doing their normal functional activities, then that's going to be a win-win situation for all of us.
More productive at work?
Exactly.
Well, so this is for any type of pain? Are there specific types of pain?
Primarily, like I mentioned before, the myofascial pain, any type of muscle pain.
Muscle pain.
Muscle pain, correct. And you need to have those trigger points present in order to be able to do this in the area for that.
Okay, so if you're having muscle pain, give Scott a call. He can tell you if this new treatment will work for you, and he can give you an evaluation and find out more about this particular type of procedure that is happening right here in Wayne County. Well, Scott, thank you so much for being with us today. This is a brand new lesson for many of us to find out about a new way for us to get results from pain, muscle pain that is, right here in Wayne County.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
We appreciate you coming on. And this is Scott Gibson, and he's with Orthopedic Physical Therapy.
Hi, I'm Erin McAuliffe, Director of Wayne County Services on Aging, and we are at the Peggy M. SEEGARS Senior Center. And I would like to welcome you to our show, Ask a Senior. And the idea for this program was to share the wisdom that all our seniors in the community have with the rest of the viewing public. So I thought we would start by having our seniors introduce themselves.
Howard Bass, good morning. Dorothy Taylor.
Helena Orange, good morning.
Annabelle Brown.
And Burnett. The first question we wanted to ask today is one that I get quite often. And the question is, my father has been starting to have some fender bender accidents lately, and I'm starting to worry about his driving. What should I do?
Well, as I said before, there's not a lot you can do. You can have professionals involved, but the point is that the individual is insisted on driving and he owns the car. There's not a lot you can do. You can suggest, you can ride, you can do a lot of things. But the bottom line is get someone else involved.
Well, my sister is a prime example. She is 74 and she has a problem, can't driving and run past the stoplights. And and said, did you see that stoplight? No, I didn't see it. So we got together, me and her daughters, and we got together and we decided that we would like ease the car away from her. So we eased the car away from her without hurting her feelings. So she have to, we still drive the car, they still drive her in the car to tell where she has to go. So that made a very big difference.
I thank you all for saying this because I've had problems with my father. He couldn't hear good. But when I told him I loved him and I let him drive sometime, that made a difference.
Well, my mother was 89 years old when the doctor told her she couldn't drive anymore. She had a medical condition that he was afraid for her to drive. And so that really helped the family by a professional stepping in and saying something. And she really, it really upset her after the license was taken, but she finally became satisfied with it.
That's a good point. And that was what I said, professionals on the other hand. In your situation, that your sister was very understanding. That worked for you.
But we had to work on it now.
Yeah.
Because when they see this, we are set in our ways and we are so determined and so independent. Exactly. So you got to like kind of ease into it.
And that was my point.
Yes.
You have
because
to.
We are very independent. So we have to ease into it.
You have to.
Yes.
The other points I would make is sometimes you need to involve the physician because there might be something physically wrong that is impacting your driving. And I think it's wonderful that your family got involved by offering her rides and providing other transportation because it's so important to realize that you're taking away something really essential to everybody.
Right. And then the difference is that they drive her car to where she has to go. But it's not registered in her name anymore, it's registered in her daughter's name. So it makes a big difference. Makes a big difference.
And as Howard said, some seniors are reasonable and will listen to the family concerns and some will not. You can contact the Division of Motor Vehicles and ask for a medical evaluation of the seniors driving. However, as I have to tell the families, it is not anonymous. You have to put it in writing and they will say who did it. And oftentimes families don't want to be the ones to be known.
Because we as seniors, we are hard-headed and we are set in our ways and very independent, and it's hard for us to back up and let somebody else take over. Sometimes we have to let go and let go and take over.
Absolutely.
Well, my mother was very upset over it, but nonetheless, we had to pitch in and help her get places and do things. So she never did get over the fact that she couldn't drive.
You have to.
I'd like to go on to another question if you all are ready. This one is, my mother complains that I am treating her like a child, but I'm only trying to help. Mom does not realize she can't do as much as she used to. How can I help her but not insult her?
I got this one.
All right, go Howard.
I got a baby sister. It's out of sight. First of all, the mother understands that she can't do some of the things that she used to do. What bothers you as a senior is when they come in and they start to do things without you asking or agreeing. When you go into a senior's house and you start to clean, for instance, you start to move things. I'll move my stuff. Ask me if it's important before you move it. Do that for the senior. Because in my house, I've got paperwork everywhere, but I know where it is. The last time my sister and my niece came in, I told her, what you do is you bring folders, and this is just a suggestion. Get the expandable folders. And the documents that they have laying around, put them in the expanded folder and sort them for. Now, everything is clean in my house, but I still know where it is. Some of us walk in and we start moving things, and that's not good.
Well, I do know from experience, we can put something, maybe say A or B, and we can go back and say, where did I put it? Now, did I put it in A or did I put it in B? And it happens to each individual. Because I guess it's just a matter of doing stuff, because I know I had put stuff down and go in the kitchen or whatever and say, what did I come in here for? I guess it's just an individual thing. You got to stop. It's not, it doesn't mean that you have Alzheimer's or what. It's just sometimes your mind is working so hard till you just forget.
Yeah, and each individual is
That's
different.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Each individual is different.
Each individual is different, but you have to treat each individual different.
Well, that is so true. I can't give you whole milk. You might have to take, canned milk, or you might have to take some other kind of milk, So that's the way it goes. What happened to me may not happen to you.
And that was my point. That's what I'm saying. But each individual is different.
That's true.
But there's still things in your house that you don't want moved. I know you have that problem.
But I don't have that problem.
And see.
Well, it depends on how many people in your house and who come
I'm the only one in my house.
But I am too.
For the last 60 years.
I am too.
So.
And I only have a dog in my house, and I know he ain't gonna move nothing. If he moves something, I'm gonna put him out.
Well, I have to tell you something that's rather humorous, but one of my daughters, and I'm going to give my age away here, but...
It doesn't matter, and you should be proud of your age. Don't be talking about you hide your age. Be proud of it, understand up and say hallelujah.
Well, when I was 75, I drove 5 hours and went to a different county and was pretty much independent on myself. But when I turned 80, all of a sudden, one of my daughters decided that I couldn't drive that far. I asked her, well, what's the difference between 79 and 80? That I'm still the same person. I haven't really changed that much. And it became kind of a little bit of humor in the family. My children love me dearly, but they want to take care of me too. And I realize this. So I think as seniors have to look at our children's side of it and realize that the things that they're trying to do for us is because they love us and they want to care for us. And we are so independent, we want to do it our way when we can and how we do it. So we have to come to a understanding that the children know that we want our independence, but we know that they love us because they're trying to help us.
Because we're trying to do for it. I agree with that 100%. But here again, they still have to respect my house.
Well, they're going to do it. Well, yes, I'll go along with you there.
I like Howard's point about asking. I think that, and I have parents in their 80s, and I learn from the seniors every day, and that is one thing I try and keep in mind, that if I want to help in some way, I ask and make sure it's okay. Don't just assume that you can take over just because your parent is 80 or 90 years old. still a person. It's like Ann said, why are you different? And inside you don't feel any different.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
But the children think so, and the siblings. See, I happen to be the oldest one of 10 in my family. So each one calls me the old man. And
Well, they call me.
sometimes I laugh, and then sometimes I say other things.
Yeah.
Well, they call me McDear after because I'm just like McDear. I'm a have my way, I have them. I just laugh at them and keep on going with them. Go on. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for your input. This has really been enlightening for me, and I appreciate your sharing your wisdom. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this segment of Ask a Senior. If you have any questions that you would like us to address for our next episode, you can contact me at 919-705-1785, or better yet, come on by the Senior Center. It's at 2001 East Ash Street in Goldsboro. Thank you.
And we're back. We are indeed. Boy, that was fun. Scott Gibson is so knowledgeable about things out at the
Wayne
hospital.
Memorial.
Yeah, Wayne Memorial, and he's an orthopedic-minded kind of guy. Yeah.
You could definitely tell.
And didn't you enjoy the Ask a Senior thing?
That is so neat. I'm so glad we're doing that.
Good information.
That's
there.
right. If you want to participate, go hang out at the Senior Center.
Yeah, but you got to be 60 or over.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
got to be a senior.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be the Senior Center. It would be some other kind of center.
That's right.
This day, in 1956.
Okay.
It wasn't all that long. Well, I guess it was a while back. It was a
born.
Sunday night. This day in 1956, 54 million people watched the television show. Now, that 54 million at that time in 1956 was 82%, more than 82% of the American television audience.
What did they watch?
1956, a 21-year-old Elvis Presley.
Of course, Elvis Presley.
Hunka hunka. Hey,
Of course.
Of course. He sang Don't Be Cruel. He sang Ready Teddy. One female Elvis fan described him as one big hunk of forbidden fruit. Elvis got the largest fee to that date for appearing on the Ed Sullivan Show. Now, he had already been on a couple of TV shows. He was on the Tommy and his brother Dorsey program. He had been on with Steve Allen. He'd been on that show. But this was his first time on Ed Sullivan, and word got around that, boy, this guy's good.
Wow. So that was the introduction of Mr. Elvis Presley.
On the Ed Sullivan Show. Can you believe that? 82%.
That is amazing. That just doesn't happen.
I know. More than 8 out of 10 televisions across the country tuned into that one show. Amazing.
Yes, it is. I don't know that that would ever happen again.
I don't think it will either.
Unless it was something, huge.
Well, we're going to have to get some talent, and there's not a whole lot of talent out there. I didn't say that, did I? I didn't say that. Did I say that?
I think there's lots of talent.
Woo!
He's kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
We want to remind everybody about the big Hillbilly Hike. We're having another one this year in the fall. It's coming. It's right around the corner, actually. September the 21st at Waynesboro Park. If you want to be a part, you can go to hillbillyhike.com, see a video of last year's Hillbilly Hike, see the details. It's nothing but obstacles.
You know what?
It's really neat.
I didn't make it to the last two, but that looks like so much fun.
You need to go, Wayne. I'm telling you. City manager did it.
Scott
Stevens did the last one, and he said he had a great time.
Oh, I'm sure.
You really should check it out. I mean, it really is an interesting way to get through a 5K. You're doing it by one obstacle, then another obstacle, and they're all very different. It's muddy. It's like a mud run.
Yeah, and you're going to get dirty.
You're going to get dirty, and it's going to be challenging, but it is something like you've never done before.
And I suppose, after having seen the video, is that the object is to get through it and not necessarily get through it quickly.
Well, and that's up to you, how you want to challenge yourself, but it's mainly just finishing or completing the entire project. But boy, I've seen some interesting things. Last time they had a, what do you call it when you're sliding down a rope? All of a sudden I've gone blank.
Rope slide.
Nope.
You mean the zip line?
Zip line.
Zip line.
Good job, Wayne.
What the hell,
they had zip line. They had all kinds of exciting things. They had a big vat full of grits that you had to wade that you had to wade through. Oh my goodness, they have all kinds of things. But it's interesting and it's challenging, and They're so successful that they're having 2 a year now.
Wow.
But this is at Waynesboro Park, so I have a sneaky feeling they'll be including the Neuse River again.
Oh, boy.
You never know. But hillbillyhike.com, go visit the website and you can see video from several of the last hillbilly hikes that we've had.
And that's coming
see if
up
you're
when?
interested.
When is that?
September the 21st.
Okay.
You need to register now if you're interested.
Register now.
That's right.
All right. Well, let's see. Who's on tomorrow's program?
Tomorrow's program is going to be Mr. Marty Anderson. He's an engineer with the city of Goldsboro, and he's going to give us some great tidbits on what you need to do permit-wise when you're building things, all kinds of great details.
He drives a train.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that type engineer.
Oh.
He's a city engineer.
Oh, okay. And what else do we have tomorrow?
Wayne Nett.
Wayne Nett.
Wayne Nett. Tell
Oh,
me
boy.
what that is, Wayne.
That is, well, Wayne Nett is Wayne Nett. That's Nanette Sutton will be here, and we're going to talk about what Wayne Nett is.
Okay.
And you wouldn't believe Wayne Nett is the non-emergency transport. Taking people, helping people, actually, is what it is, and it's a great program.
Wonderful. I'm
county
excited to hear about it.
Yeah, it's great. Wait till
And
you hear
then we
about
have
this.
someone that's going to be reading for us.
From the library.
From the Wayne County Public Library.
So
a great show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in 7:30 tomorrow morning. Right, Wayne?
7 o'clock tomorrow
7
morning.
o'clock. We need you there at 7. Stay through 7:30.
Don't wait till 7:30. We won't be here.
7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.